What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Metcast. The Mets fall today 3-2 to the Royals as the bats go silent. But as always, I am Rain. If you're enjoying this content, make sure you leave us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if it's your first time here, and consider becoming a member. That's the best way to help support the channel, is becoming a member on YouTube or subscribing over on Facebook. And today was a wretched day for us as Mets fans, and you knew it right out of the gates. You have Mark Vientos get a misplayed ball in right field that ends up with him on third base with a triple. Early on, Juan Soto comes up, and the first thing that came to my mind, and I made sure to tweet it out as well, he gets the weak grounder to the left side, because one thing Juan Soto has proven to do, especially in the first half of this season, he's lost that clutch gene right now. He's hitting 170 something in the low 170s with runners in scoring position. He topples over Pete, and Pete can't come through, even though Pete had 3 walks today. Good at bats by Pete Alonso, but he was 0 for 1. You look at this lineup, Francisco Lindor continues to struggle, 0 for 5 today. And we all know, I hate to keep saying it, but we go the way Francisco Lindor goes. And when Juan Soto attacked that first pitch, you knew he's still pressing. And one thing that I was hoping wouldn't happen, and it's something we discussed on last night's live, is we've all talked about it. We hoped we weren't in vacation mode already, but one thing's for sure, we were. Tyrone Taylor, out of all people, had 2 hits. You go up and down this lineup with what these guys did today. Lindor killing us at the top of the lineup, 0 for 5. Soto 0 for 4. So your 2 biggest bats outside of Alonso go 0 for 9, combined 0 for 10 with Pete, but Pete had the 3 walks. Nimmo goes 1 for 4. He struck out early. Mauricio had 2 hits. Tyrone Taylor had 2 hits. McNeil with the pinch hit. But again, Luis Torrens, he's hitting around 200. That's a position I could see the Mets trying to upgrade at the deadline. Maybe bring back Alvarez, as Alvarez, I believe, hit his 6th or 8th home run today. Another home run. The guy just continues to mash down at AAA. Maybe they found something in his swing, but who knows? It seems like everybody hits in AAA. That's why what Nolan McLean and Brandon Sproat are doing down in AAA is so special. And Jonah Tung in the futures game looking like a genius. That kid's going to be a special player. And if you guys look at MLB Pipeline, who updated their rankings, I believe Jonah Tung's either 1st or 2nd now. He surpassed pretty much everybody. They think he's going to be a superstar pitcher. Probably one of the small handful of prospects, in my opinion, that are off limits this trade deadline. Jet Williams, Jonah Tung, Nolan McLean, everybody else, and yes, I include Brandon Sproat for the right package. I mean, you're talking about a Garrett Crochet type of package, which is not available by all. When you look at the landscape, I don't believe that kind of package is available. So he's not going to be traded. But you add Jonah Tung to that no trade list. Acuna 1 for 3, even though whatever. And Jared Young worked out the walk late. The Mets are able to come back and tie this game late, but it was all for nothing. But you got to give it to 2 guys. Clay Holmes pitched his ass off, and so did Sean Manaea. Sean Manaea looked very good in his return. But at the same thing, the bats, man, I can't believe I'm saying this, and it is mid-July, the All-Star break, where we're not so much worrying about the pitching, and it's consistently been the bats that have failed us. And that's why when you look at some of the trades that I put out, you could look at one of my last recordings. I put 3 trades that could happen. I know the Jose Ramirez is not happening, but the Mets need to upgrade some of these bats. I don't care. Tyrone Taylor got 2 for 3 today. The guy's got a 550, 560, 570 OPS, well below league average. The center field position needs to be upgraded. The bottom third of this lineup needs to be upgraded. I don't know if they do that. Maybe they surprise somebody, get a real second baseman in here, or I don't know if they're going to attack third base. I think Mauricio should get the long run, but we've been talking about this, it feels like, for over a month now. Are the Mets finally going to give Ronnie Mauricio the run that he so much deserves? But that will, remain to be seen. We'll see if that actually happens. We'll get to some more of your comments, guys, right here. It's going to be a quick post game. It is Sunday night. Got Sunday night supper. Going to be looking forward to some of this time off. I will be having some other videos coming to you guys, some trades the Mets could be looking at, some prospects they could be looking to bring up. What does the future look like? Maybe some positions and some roles may be changing on this team, and those are going to be coming at a later date, probably sometime this week during the time off. So make sure you have those notifications on so you never miss an upload. But let's get some of your comments because, again, it's going to be a quick one tonight. Will's firing right out the bat. Will, how's it going, brother? Hope all is well with you. So do you believe me now? What sense will it make to get more pitching when your offense can't score runs? This ish is laughable. I agree, man. And it all starts at the top of the lineup. The table was set in the first inning to make a statement, and Juan Soto could not come through. Pete Alonso could not come through. These guys continue to not come through with runners in scoring position. It's been something that they've struggled with all season long, and I don't know what it is. I was told when we got Juan Soto, we were getting the most clutch player in MLB in the game as of today. You saw what he did last year with the Yankees, especially in the postseason. Clutch is all hell. This year, not so much. So what I'm going to tell Juan Soto, I'm glad you didn't make the All-Star game. Go sit on a beach for a couple of days. Get your head clear and get ready because this is going to be a fight till the end. If the Phillies win, I'm not sure if they played already today, but if they win, they'd have a half game up on us. But, it's going to be a dogfight, and we want to stay in it. And you have Manaea coming back. He looks pretty good. Senga came back, looked pretty good. Holmes actually pitched well, but it looks like Holmes might be making that transition soon to a bullpen arm. I could see that happening very shortly. We'll see what actually happens with that. But I expect to see Nolan McLean or Brandon Throat get called up in the near future. Jay-Z, this offense continues to be a major issue. I agree, man. And who would have thought it would be Lindor and Juan Soto leading the way? They're supposed to be the big bats on this team. Pete gets walked 3 times. What is he going to do? The other guys need to step up. Goomba, I'm beyond tired of Mendoza and this offense. I don't know what you want him to do. I don't. Are you moving Soto out of the top 5? Are you moving Lindor? You're not moving those guys. He can't. What is he supposed to do with Lindor, bro? I don't know. Lindor's been having way too many offers for my liking. Last year, he had a brutal start to the season and then came on strong and finished strong. This year was the exact opposite. He was strong as hell right out the gates, and then he's been mediocre ever since. Something's got to change with that. I will leave Nimmo in the leadoff hole. He looks like a different player there. He's working counts. He's battling. Yesterday, I believe he started the game off with a 9-pitch at bat. Even though he struck out, he saw a ton of pitches, made the pitcher work. It's something that needs to happen. Clue, hope all as well, man. It's unclear these Mets. It's unreal. These Mets can't get their act together when it comes to hitting. It's almost like, where's the fire? That's what I'm asking. Where is the fire on this club? That's what I want to see. I want to see some emotions. We've seen it with Mendoza. He's getting thrown out of games. But where is the passion? Who's leading this team right now? Because Lindor wants to be the team captain. Be that captain. Show some emotions. I mean, how many times are we going to see Juan Soto strike out and he's laughing? Or same thing with Lindor, or Lindor making mental mistakes in the field. It's just something that's happened way too often with this team. And it needs to change. Because I'll tell you one thing. Steve Cohen's not going to stand for it, and neither will David Stern. But we'll see. Mark Malusis earlier today on WFAN, quote, I expect the Mets to be extremely active at the deadline. A lot of people think we're going big fish hunting. We'll see if that actually comes to fruition. You have the bats. You have a ton of people down in AAA. If you go and are able to somehow pry a guy like Jose Ramirez away from the Guardians, you don't have to worry about third base. That's taken up for the next 3 years. Shortstop's taken up. First base, if you re-sign Alonso, taken up. Right field, left field. All those positions are spoken for. So you really have guys like Jet Williams and Carson Bench are fighting for one position. A great GM will figure out which one's going to have a better pro career and trade the other one. That's what Cashman across town has done so many times throughout his career. And unfortunately, we had an acting GM in Zach Scott, who decided he was going to trade Pete Crow Armstrong for 2.5 months of Javier Baez. That might end up going down as the worst trade in Mets history, depending on his career. But that remains to be seen. JD, we are 97 games into the season. His offense still sucks. I agree. We're supposed to have a top 5 offense, and we're not. And we're not facing Nolan Ryan in his prime. Guys, I will say this. I see a lot of people commenting on Instagram, on X. You want to get your comments read? be sure to be commenting on YouTube. Almost guarantees you to get your comments read on lives like this. And if you want to get your comments read, guaranteed to be read, become a member. And like Buzz and Joey and all those guys who are members, they always get their comments read. Alexis, do you think that changing up the batting order was an issue? No. They didn't hit when they were in one position. They're not hitting when they're in a different. Lindor leading off, Lindor in the 2-hole. He's still not hitting. You know, I want to look something up really quick. Let's take a peek at something. I want to make sure I'm right on. Yeah, pretty much. Lindor's had a good month. I'm looking here. Lindor's had a solid month of July. It's just very untimely, and the power's kind of not there as yet this month. He's got 3 home runs this month. That's not terrible. 4 last month. It's just no one seems to be hitting at the same time. I see somebody comment, you need Jared Duran. Caleb, get the hell out of here. I don't want Duran. Don't try to sell me your crap. We all know all these Red Sox fans want Jonah Tong and McLean and Sprode for Jared Duran. Jared Duran is, last I checked, he was having a brutal season for center field, you know, for what he was expected to have. His OPS is 748. His OPS plus is 106. He's an average player. That's what he is. Yeah, he has a little bit of control left, but I need something better than that. I just do. 258, 8 home runs with a 748 OPS, a 106 OPS plus for those of you guys. He is an average player. That's what he is. Jose, bad pitch selection by Minaya on the last batter he faced. He should have gone with the fastball. Yeah, we could always second guess play Monday morning quarterback, Jose. I understand what you're saying, but for me, it just is what it is. This team should be scoring more than 2 runs a game. It's something wrong. We've been saying, and you guys, look, a lot of you guys, the Goombas, the Kloobs, the Buzz, the Joeys, all you guys that have been here since the beginning of the season with us know that the issue, we've been saying it, there's something off with the chemistry of this team. No one can hit. Why is Juan Soto swinging at a ball that is 2 feet out of the zone on the first pitch of an at-bat with a guy on third and less than 2 outs? That's a mental thing. Soto never swings first pitch. And when he does, it's because it's right down the middle. He chases, it looked like a changeup down and away. Wasn't even close and rolls it over. That's not Juan Soto. Buzz, what's going on? Buzz is one of our members over here. Hope all is well with you, brother. Hope you enjoy your break. Hopefully, bro, this team gets its ish together. It's going to be a dogfight. And when you get starts like this from Clay Holmes followed up by Sean Manaea, you have to win these games. Have to. It's unacceptable to a point. We've almost accepted that we're just not going to hit with runners in scoring position. I feel like it's every single time we come on these post games, we're 1 for 15, 1 for 19, 1 for 12, 1 for 11. It's always 1 for something, and then we have a solo home run or 2. Again, we've been saying it all year long, fellas. Soto's been hitting home runs when there's nobody on. Yes, yesterday there was one guy on, but for the most part, it feels like solo home runs. Just is what it is. Let's see what else we got going on here. Yep, Bob, I agree, bro. First couple of innings, men in scoring position, no runs. It's been an issue all year long. Literally all year. And we can sit here and harp on it all we want. But we got the break coming up. Hopefully this team can get it together in the second half. We're right there. The division is there to be had if we want it. Plain and simple. But that's all I got for you guys today. I had to make it quick. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out that trade video if you haven't. Be sure to comment below who you think we should be getting in a trade, what you would offer. I'm going to be taking a look at a lot of those comments, doing my research, and might come out with a 2.0 later on this week. But again, thanks so much for sticking around. As always, let's go Mets. Peace out, everybody.